Good team win. We needed it, and it was good. Proud of our guys. We overcame some adversity. We didn't get into El Paso till right around midnight on Friday night, and they handled that well. We had to adjust our whole Friday schedule, and again, I thought they handled that well, and that shows some maturity. It's hard to win games, and it is, and you need to enjoy them when you do win them, and we certainly are. We've been close in a couple of conference games and didn't get it done. So to get off the type of start we had on Saturday night was definitely a positive. Defensively, I thought we did a nice job in the red zone. This is really the second week in a row. And on third down, we've got Coach Koenig and has done a nice job. We've got one of the top third down defenses in the country and right at the top of our league. We haven't played as well defensively probably the last two games as we had earlier in the season. Some of that's because we're getting banged up a little bit. But the good thing is, and I think this is a testament to how far we've come, talking about how we haven't played as well. We've only gave up 7 points this week and only gave up 16 the week before. So I think a lot of that shows of how much improvement we've made. Offensively, by far the best game we've played this year. Hopefully those performances start becoming the norm. They have been around here before, and other offenses that we've had at different places. We averaged over 7 yards per play, scored 45 points in the first half, but we needed that. I think the big telling point is we had 0 turnovers offensively, and for us to win in our league, that's what it's going to take. We can't turn the ball over, and we've got to do little things right.
App State's got a very good defense, and it was great last week to have a great offensive showing. So just keep the momentum going up to this week. Be good for us.
Our offensive player of the week was Brandon Silvers. It was good to get him back. We're a different team offensively when he plays. It'd been since the second series of the Mississippi State game since he'd played, and he did a nice job. Came out, threw the ball with a lot of confidence, got the ball out of his hand quick, was decisive. That was probably the best thing that I saw out of him, is he was decisive.
It was great. I hadn't played in about really 2 weeks, and it was great. It was great to get back to practice. It was hard to watch for the whole week, just watching practice and watching the Idaho game. And it was just great to get back Monday night last week, and it was great.
Just playing well gives you some confidence, and going on the road. I wasn't surprised that we played well on the road. If you look at it, even the games we've lost, we've played pretty decent on the road. They didn't do it. The league didn't do us any scheduling favors. We go from the furthest west to the furthest east, and there's really no easy way to get to Boone. But, I think they handled the trip down here pretty well last year, so I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. He's had a good run. He's had a good season so far, and I think if we block things a little cleaner, we'd be talking about him being one of the top running backs in the league and the most productive. The long run he had was special. It really was. It was one of the longest runs in school history, and it was special. He did. Really, we got jammed up in the middle, and he broke a couple tackles. We did a great job blocking at receiver, which I think is a sign of a team that's hungry. Is if your wideouts are really blocking well, and ours did in the game on Saturday. But he really has. He's played at a high level. If you look at it, they were 1-5, and it lost some. They'd lost by several touchdowns a couple times, and they made the long trip here and won going away, and then didn't turn around the rest of the season. So that's something that we're looking to duplicate. We've got the best team in our league at Boone. They play really well at home. It's a tough trip. They're one of the hottest teams in the country. I think they're 12-1 over the last 13 games. They came into Troy an underdog last year, sitting at 1-5, and the rest is history. They're 12-1, and really, really a lot of respect for Scott Satterfield. I think he's done a great job on offense. They're really efficient defensively. They've got a lot of guys to the football. And, when you start talking about them offensively, it starts with a quarterback. The Lamb kid is a coach's son. He's a true sophomore with 2 years. This is his second year starting. Makes a lot of good decisions. Doesn't turn the ball over very much. He's a threat to run. Their O-line is really solid. Probably the best O-line in our conference. They're balanced. They lead the Sun Belt in about every offensive category. And they create a lot of alignment and matchup issues based on what they do. Defensively, they're the top-ranked unit in our conference. I think they're 7th nationally in total defense. They're number 1 in the country in red zone. And Adam can tell you for sure. I think they've only given up 4 red zone touchdowns, which is unbelievable to me. They play a 3-down system. Everything's based on creating negative plays, and we've had several too many negative plays, and that's what they're looking to do.